Thanks for joining me here at Miniature Apothecary for a tiny in-depth look at the medicine of plantain, Plantago major. So this is a leaf of plantain, Plantago major. This plant is not native to this country. The colonists brought it with them because they were going to an unknown land and they certainly weren't going to leave one of their best food and medicine plants behind. And when it got here, it happily spread itself all over the place. So we now have plantain everywhere. I'm going to take you over to a patch of it so you can see how it grows. So here we have a plantain plant, and you can see how it grows sort of low to the ground. Native Americans called this plant white man's footsteps because everywhere the white man went, this plant seemed to show up. It likes to grow around people. You can see there's a whole bunch of tiny little babies growing around it. It spreads itself very readily. And one of the defining features of plantain that make it easier to identify is it has these little fibers. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, there you go. Little fibers that come out of the end of the leaf. When you pull a leaf out, you'll see it's sort of fibrous at the end, like celery. Now, plantain is a very mild tasting edible, so it's good to pick the smaller leaves. They're a little tastier. And you can chop it up and fry it with some garlic, classic kind of wild plant side dish. You can also add it to eggs and quiches and soups and stews and that kind of thing. And plantain is one of the first plants a lot of people learn about when they're learning herbal medicine because there's a very simple way to use it, and it's called a spit poultice. So if you had something like a mosquito bite or something itchy, a rash, you could take a leaf of plantain and chew it up, and you make sort of a mash and then spread that spit poultice onto the bite, and it'll help alleviate the itching, helps draw out things like venom and that kind of thing, good for bee stings. A quick note, don't ever put a plant in your mouth if you don't absolutely know what it is. There's a couple things that look like plantain that are poisonous, and I'd really encourage you, if you're gonna start using herbs for medicine or to eat, learn all the poisonous plants in your area first. That's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to learn the 10 that can kill you than the 1,000 that are safe. So plantain has a cooling, astringent, and demulcent quality to it. So as such, it's good for topically for things like poison ivy. It's good internally for things like gastritis, helps support digestion. It's a nice cooling, soothing, demulcent thing for the lungs if you have a hot, dry cough or something like that. It has many, many uses topically. It's good for hemorrhoids. A very useful plant overall. So thanks for joining me today for this tiny herb lesson about plantain at Miniature Apothecary. And remember, if you're trying to do something big and you're feeling overwhelmed, start